You have one of the biggest shoes to fill in Indian business. You've recently taken over one of the most coveted positions in corporate India. How's it going?
You know, it's interesting because I feel very blessed, to be honest, and the overwhelming emotion is energy and excitement. But I've got a great platform to build off, great opportunities built with great credibility over the last 50 years of the company. We were founded before the independence of India, as I was telling you in the green room. And so I'm very, very blessed. One of our board members said this to me when I was taking over, and everybody uses this line which says, you've got big shoes to fill. And he said, tell people that you're not going to be able to fill big shoes, but you'll try and stitch your own, and hopefully with hard work and good luck, and that's the journey I'm on. So that's point number one, right? The other big learning I've had, Rahul, in life is, it's very difficult to live up to other people's expectations and try and live their dreams for you or their dreams about you. And you can do the best that you are capable of doing. And in life, I think it's very important to stay very focused on giving your best. And if you've given your best, then you can hope for whatever outcomes come from giving your best, but you can't do much more than that. And that's what you can focus on, that's what you can control. So I don't worry too much about outcomes and things I can't control. I focus on things I can control. And so I don't feel overwhelmed, I feel excited and energized.
Is there a burden you carry of every action you take and every move you make being weighed against how your father would have handled the same situation? And is that something that weighs you down, makes you think twice over?
It doesn't. And I'm quite a sensitive person, but I don't worry too much about what other people think. Life is exhausting trying to live other people's plans, as I said. So I don't worry too much about what other people think.
How is the new Wipro you craft and create going to be different from the Wipro you inherited?
No, look, the journey is long and the opportunities are tremendous. And the reality is, Rahul, that the technology industry is very disruptively changing. If you think about IT services in India over the last 15, 20 years, where all of us were really at the right place at the right time and got very, very lucky, right? People came to India for cost, they stayed for quality, and everybody made money because of scale. And that was the model for the last 20 years. What has fundamentally changed is how pervasive technology has become in the hands of people like you and me. So the amount of compute we have in our hand, the amount of data that it produces is very disruptively changing what we as consumers are asking us of our enterprises, who are our customers. So for example, if I'm a bank, I've got to think about an account opening process without somebody walking into a branch or dealing with a teller. It's a profound change for a bank. If I'm a hospital, how do I create the true hospitality experience from the time a patient checks in to the time she checks out? If I'm a retailer, how do I create the true omni-channel experience where I can look at something online, pick it up in store, vice versa, etc., etc. Those are profound changes for companies. And most companies haven't thought about being very experience-led, customer at the center of it all like this. And so that creates tremendous opportunities for companies like us. And so how do you drive this very customer-centric, highly design-centric way of reimagining, re-architecting, re-engineering the process for customers, and then helping them build and run that. And historically, companies like us have had strength in the build and run, technology coming into play. But more and more, we're moving upstream to play in this think, in this design space, which is becoming the right to then play downstream. So I am very, very hopeful. This is, what a lot of people, I define this as digital transformation and digital disruption, but there's tremendous opportunity. So I feel very blessed, and I'm not an optimistic person. I'm usually more of a realist, but I'm very hopeful for where things can go for the technology industry in India in general.